everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison, and if you're new here, welcome to Wonderland. Today we are going to be talking about covers. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions about my cover. This is what it looks like. I love my cover, and I get a lot of compliments about my cover. And one of the first questions I get asked about my cover is, how did you choose a cover designer? How did you go about finding a cover designer? And so I decided I wanted to make a video with my top 3 tips about cover designing and how I ended up with such a beautiful cover, because I love this cover. If you're wondering, my cover is designed by Demoza. I loved them. I will be using them for my subsequent covers for this series because they're just amazing, and they're just great. They put up with all my crazy requests and were super sweet about it, and I get so many compliments on this. Also, here's the back, and I will talk about the inside and the back and everything like that. So my first category is talking about where to start. Now, this was something I took a long time doing. I went through so many covers of trying to find cover designers. Now, you can Google how to find a book cover designer, and so many will pop up. Fiverr will pop up, Reedsy will pop up. I personally didn't go that avenue. I just wanted more of a cover designing company, or like a person who designs covers. My original want for my covers was a company that did like a bunch of covers that I really enjoyed, and they're no longer in business, so that's unfortunate. But they also had a 6-month waiting list, and I did not want to wait that long because I wanted my cover in like a couple months. My first suggestion is to research on the internet. Go through indie books that you enjoy and look at their cover designer. It should be right here on their, I don't know what to call this, copyright page is, I'm pretty sure what it is, and look for cover design. So cover design by designer at 2019, Demoza, that's who did mine, and every book should have that. If they don't have that, that's kind of crappy because you're not crediting the cover designer. But I personally went through like the Kindle like preview. If you go onto the computer, you click check inside on Amazon, and you can find the copyright page. And from there, I looked at so many cover designers. I looked at Jessie Elliott's cover designer. I asked Elodie Ivor what her cover design. I looked at Bethany Atazada's. Mandy Lynn does her own cover, so I looked into her, which I really like her covers. She's been doing all of the Stolen Kingdom covers lately, and I'm really impressed with those. I like those. And so I just kind of went through indie cover designers, because a lot of times you're not going to find a cover designer that works for like HarperCollins or, you know, Penguin Teen designing covers, but you can find really great freelance cover designers. Another thing to do is you can request designers to send their portfolio of what they've done in your genre or something close to your genre. So when I looked at Demoza, they had their portfolio on their website, and I just went through their portfolio, found different covers that kind of match my urban fantasy vibes, and that's how I chose them. But you can email them and request, like, can I have some examples of what you've done in the past? I highly suggest this because you don't want to pay a cover designer if you're not going to be happy with your cover. I do know a couple people who have had that happen, and covers are not cheap, so this is something that makes or breaks your book. I will say that. I think that covers are the first thing that a reader sees. It definitely draws them in or pushes them away. I hate to say it, we always say don't judge a book by its cover, but we all do it, and we all want a pretty book on our shelves. My second tip is to gather covers or elements that you like that you want to see on your covers. So, for example, for Dark Radiance, I said I wanted a emerald green cover. I always wanted that. I just really like green covers. And one of the books I ended up sending to my cover designer that I really liked that was emerald green was Keeper by Kim Chance. As you can see, they are kind of similar. They both have girls turned away, but this is a more bright green and this is a more dark green, which I like because I wanted something mysterious and gave that like dark urban fantasy vibe. I also asked for, you know, a girl looking away. I didn't want any like full-faced girls on the front. I have heard that does turn readers away. I personally just don't like it. It's not my favorite. I also asked that it had a church, so there is a church in the background that signifies the fallen angels, but I also asked for angel feathers on the back cover, and this is what she gave me. And I wanted, you know, a tagline on the back, which is, my brother used to tell me bedtime stories about angels and a monster that threatened their rule, but now those stories are real and standing right in front of me. I should have never trusted a bedtime story. And that's what's on the back of the cover. Never trust a bedtime story is on the top. That is the tagline. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I kind of gave my cover designer free reign. I gave her those elements. I gave her some books that I liked. I gave her some abstract Pinterest photos I liked, and I love my cover, and everyone loves my cover too that has ever seen it. They just always gush about this and how pretty it is, and that's all I wanted. I wanted a pretty cover. And my last tip for cover designing is, don't be afraid to ask about changes. If you do not like something on your cover, ask your cover designer to tweak something. For me, there was not fallen angel feathers on the back here, and I asked her to put those. I was like, can we put some angel feathers on the back just to kind of coincide it? I had her darken the like squiggly rolls, this accent, I don't know what to call them. They were brighter. I asked her to darken them. I asked her to darken Lily's hair and add some like just overall more like mysteriousness onto the cover, and she did it. Now, I would say when you are looking for a cover designer, I would ask them, do they charge for cover tweaks? If that's something that they do, make sure to check, because you don't want to be surprised with an extra surcharge on top of that. My cover designer did not charge that, but that is something you might want to look into. And those are my top 3 tips for cover designing. I could go on and on about cover designing. I really like it, and once you design a cover, you kind of look at covers differently and understand them a little bit more and just appreciate them. So I would definitely start looking at covers if you are looking to get one yourself in a more of a light of, is that pretty, is that something I like, and take pictures of them and store them for later. If you have any more questions, let me know down below. I will be happy to answer them, and I will see you next time in Wonderland, loves. Bye!